Welcome to the Straightforward Connection with Tommy. This video is on your Raw video from June the 1st, 2015. There is no dark match advertised for the Raw event from the Arena website. TNA wrestler James Storm, aka real name James Cox, turned 38 years old. He was born June 1st, 1977. Pro wrestler and promoter Ian Rotten, aka John Williams, turned 45. He was born June 1st, 1970. Former wrestler Nick Big Bully Busick turned 61. He was born June 1st, 1954. Lucha Underground color commentator Vampiro, real name Ian Hodgkinson, turned 48. On Sunday, he was born May 31st, 1967. Hall of Famer Jake the Snake Roberts, real name Aurelian Smith Jr., turned 60 on Saturday. He was born May 30th, 1955. During Hulk Hogan's appearance at the Special Olympics Torch Rally on ESPN headquarters in Connecticut, he commented on possibly wrestling at WrestleMania 32. Quote, by saying, I would love to get back in there and have that one last match, that retirement match. The world title shot. Whatever it is, Vince McMahon is taking the entire WWE Universe to AT&T Stadium for this coming WrestleMania. And I know they're going to break my record. So I told Vince, if I can get in shape, if I can pass the physical, I would love to get in the ring one more time, unquote. Dave Meltzer is reporting that Thomas Couch, best known as Tommy Rogers from the 1980s, and the tag team of the Fantastics has passed away this morning in Honolulu, where he was living since 2006. Couch, who recently turned 54, had been having legal troubles in recent years stemming from fighting. He was to be sentenced tomorrow for a fight with police officers and feared a long prison stay. At this moment, the cause of the circumstances of his death are pending. There was no note left, so it wasn't a suicide, apparently. And according to one of his best friends, he had been in good spirits in recent days. He was found dead at about 3 a.m. by his roommate in a chair in front of a computer, gurgling. The roommate called 911, but he was unable to be revived. Samoa Joe has reportedly signed a full-time deal with WWE after impressing everyone at the recent NXT tapings. Joe's merchandise sales from his first WWE t-shirt were so off the charts that Vince McMahon and Triple H pushed to get him signed to a full-time deal. So Joe reportedly will fulfill his indie dates that are already scheduled, but will be working a full-time WWE schedule, likely with NXT, before going to the main roster. Samoa Joe did wrestle a match before tonight's Raw in San Antonio. We don't know yet if it was taped for Superstars or if it just took place as a dark match. Another reporter said that they were live and it was a dark match, and after the match, they showed the intro video to Superstars, then had Ascension versus Lucha Dragon Superstars match. As Joe defeated Tyson Kidd in some seen photos on this particular website, go to vine.co/v/EH, capital H, little d, little w, big Q, W, J, 1R. And again, the other matches were for Superstars, the Ascension versus the Lucha Dragons. .net reader Skylar Steven attended Monday's Raw event and passed along the following report for the dark match between Samoa Joe and Tyson Kidd. Samoa Joe defeated Tyson Kidd. It appeared that Kidd was injured during the match. Once it was over, Natalya raced to the back. Cesaro hopped into the ring real quick. The referee threw up the X sign. Kidd was pissed, leaving the ring, and appeared to be holding his neck, collarbone. It was a nice surprise to see Joe, a mark-out moment for this longtime fan to see him live. And it must have been from the Muscle Buster, because the Muscle Buster does kind of like laying on his neck. and collarbone. Pre-show results. Scott Steiner, Corey Graves, and David Otunga hosted from the studio at WWE headquarters. They spoke about Kevin Owens beating John Cena from the pay-per-view and noted that the NXT champion will be on Raw to address his win. Ryback versus Miz for the Intercontinental title was announced for Raw. The host addressed the dusty finish of the Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose match. As Corey Graves said, that Rollins was DQ'd when he pulled the referee in front of him. As Dirty Deeds and everyone else, everything else that happened after that point didn't really matter. In a stunning twist, not really. Otunga took the other side of the argument and said matches continue all the time after contact with the referee. Then footage aired of Triple H saying Dean Ambrose must give the title back, or, interruption, highlights aired of the Owens versus Cena match from Elimination Chamber, including Owens pinning Cena to win the match. Otunga admitted he didn't know much about Owens before last night, while Graves spoke of his NXT history of getting under the skin of opponents. Then the host shifted to discussing Ryback winning the Intercontinental title. Otunga recalled being with Ryback when he broke his ankle and noted that he was later told that he would never wrestle again due to that injury. A brief Ryback post-show promo was shown. Otunga said Ryback is an inspiration in that he has shown that if you work hard and you are dedicated, you can achieve your dreams. And what was truly a shocking twist, if you watch this show regularly, both Otunga and Graves predicted that a Ryback win over The Miz on Raw. Randy Orton versus Sheamus was also announced for Raw. In a pre-show first, Otunga and Graves were on the same page twice in one night, rather than taking ESPN's dueling approach, in that both men picked Orton to win. The host hyped Stone Cold interview with Paul Heyman for after the show, then wrapped up the show with bold predictions. And now for your results for Raw from June the 1st, 2015. And Raw opens up with a look back at Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins at Elimination Chamber. We're live from San Antonio with JBL, Michael Cole, Saul, and Booker T. The Authority come to the ring with Stephanie McMahon introducing Seth Rollins as still the World Heavyweight Champion, but he does not have the belt. She says Dean Ambrose is not a champion. He's more like a kleptomaniac as he just stole the title. She says Ambrose isn't even superstar material, let alone champion. She wonders if we should fine or suspend Ambrose, but the fans say no. She says maybe they should get rid of Ambrose, but Triple H says we're not going to have to do that because Ambrose might be crazy, but he's not stupid. Triple H says he gave Ambrose until the beginning of Raw to return the title. Triple H calls Ambrose to the ring. Fans chant for Justin Bieber. And Triple H calls them to shut up. He gets upset and yells for Ambrose to come out, but the music of Roman Reigns hits instead. Reigns comes out and says Ambrose isn't here tonight and may never come back with the title. Very similar to CM Punk. And Reigns proposes a rematch, but Stephanie shuts it down. They have words, and Reigns says Rollins used to be cool when he was in the Shield, but now he runs his mom and dad. He runs with his mom and dad. Reigns says Rollins might be the worst WWE champion ever. Rollins gets upset and says, "Fine, Ambrose, you can have the rematch at Money in the Bank." Rollins on and says he doesn't need the Authority and insults Kane. He's furious and he shrugs off Triple H and storms off. Triple H and Stephanie have words with Reigns. Triple H is going to find Reigns an opponent for tonight, but if Reigns loses, he's out of Money in the Bank. The Authority walks off as Reigns looks on as we go to commercial. And we get the first match. His mystery opponent, King Barrett. Back from the break, and out comes King Barrett to face Reigns. They lock up and go at it. Barrett ends up keeping Reigns stuck in a headlock until he finds out and fights out and takes Barrett to the mat with a headlock and a 2 count. Barrett keeps control and suplexes Reigns for a 2 count. Back and forth action as Barrett drops Reigns with a shoulder. Reigns with a Samoan drop and then a kick. Reigns kept control and goes for the drop kick from the floor, but Barrett rolled to safety. Reigns brought it back in the ring and clotheslined Barrett right back to the floor as we go to the commercial with Reigns in control of the match now. Back from the break and they're going at it. Reigns misses a Superman punch in the corner. Barrett with forearms and a 2 count. Barrett keeps Reigns grounded as we get more back and forth on their feet. Reigns hits a big clothesline and another clothesline. And then Reigns took Barrett to the corner and unloaded on him. And Reigns is still in control and gets another 2 count. Barrett catches Reigns with the winds of change. More back and forth as Reigns slams Barrett hard for a 2 count. Barrett drops Reigns over the top rope and fights back in. Reigns ducks a bullhammer and hits the spear for the win. So Roman is still in the match. But after the match, Reigns looks up at the briefcase hanging above the ring. As we go to replays, we still get... Then they show stills from Cena versus Owens last night, and Owens will be here next. Back to commercial we go. Reigns walks up on Triple H and Stephanie backstage. They congratulate him, but have another match for him to keep his Money in the Bank spot. No, it's not in the office, it's in the hallway. Mark Henry was announced as they walk off. Byron Saxton backstage with WWE Divas Champion Nikki Bella. Nikki is proud of what she's accomplished and honored to be the Divas Champion. Paige walks up and interrupts, reminding us that she's due for a title shot. Nikki accepts the challenge. Lillian Garcia introduces the new WWE Intercontinental Champion, Ryback. And out he comes. Ryback comes out and talks about being proud to be the new Intercontinental Champion. Ryback says, "Feed me more." That's what it says on the back of this t-shirt. As well. When it comes to competition and new challengers, he gets the Feed Me More chant started as we go to commercial. So we get the Miz versus Ryback. Back from the break. Out comes the Miz. We get formal ring introductions from Lillian. Before the match starts, Big Show's music hits and out he comes to interrupt. Show enters the ring and looks to hit Ryback with a knockout punch, but decks Miz with it instead. Show says nobody's going to beat Ryback for the title but him. Show says Ryback calls himself the big guy, but he has nothing on Big Show. They come face to face. Well, not much face to face because Big Show is so tall, at least a foot over Ryback. So, as the fans chant, "Feed me more." Okay, still to come segment. Reigns versus Henry and Paige versus Nikki Bella for the Divas title. Also, Kevin Owens will be here. Back for the break, and out comes Kevin Owens, NXT champion. Owens says he delivers when he says he's going to do something. Like win the NXT title, take out Sami Zayn, and leave John Cena laying at an elimination chamber. Owens fight chant starts. Owens says he should be on top of the world after the biggest win of his career last night, but he's not. Owens says he called home and his wife was proud of him, but his son, who's a John Cena fan, kept asking how Cena was and if he was all right. Owens understands why his son likes Cena, but he doesn't think it's okay. Owens calls it blind worship. He says Cena has been portrayed as a real-life superhero. Owens goes on with dueling Cena. Chant starts up, and Owens says he beat Super Cena last night, and some fans cheer. Owens goes on with a good promo and says he will beat him again at Money in the Bank and will expose the lie that is John Cena. Owens is going to make sure his son watches every single second. Owens says a real role model delivers just like he does. Cena's music hits and out comes the United States champion to mixed reaction. Cena comes out and tells Owens to shut up. He says the entire world is talking about Kevin Owens today. A small "you got beat" chant starts at Cena, and Cena calls it the most unbelievable debut in WWE history and admits it. And admits his defeat. Cena says he was going to walk out and hand Owens the U.S. title before Owens started running his mouth tonight. Cena says Owens doesn't even deserve the NXT title. Yeah, he won it, but he's too concerned with being a role model but he's not even a real man. Cena goes on and points at a fan with the "I'm beating cancer" sign. The fan is crying and wearing a Cena shirt, and he gets a big pop. Cena goes on with a fiery promo, and his music hits. During the segment, they look to start fighting, but Owens leaves the ring. Still to come segment, again, Reigns versus Henry, and Orton versus Sheamus. Back to commercial. Back from the break, and out comes WWE Tag Team Champions. New Day Sucks. New Day Sucks to brag about their win at Elimination Chamber and talk about their positivity and not the negativity. As Kofi says, nothing will stop him from winning Money in the Bank either. Big E spoke up next, and the New Day Sucks chant starts up. Of course, New Day Rocks is what he says. And Dolph Ziggler is out to interrupt with Lana. So we get a match set up. We got Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston. Ziggler shows off Lana and heads to the ring by himself. As she's standing up on the stage, they lock up. Fan chant for Lana, like I said. As she's standing on the stage, Ziggler ends up hitting a big drop kick after some back and forth action. More back and forth action as Kofi kicks Ziggler out of midair. Ziggler makes a comeback and hits a neck breaker. Ziggler with an elbow drop and a 2 count. More counters. Ziggler nails a big DDT for 2 counts. Xavier Woods gets on the apron and Ziggler goes after him, allowing Kofi to roll him up for a 2 count. Ziggler counters and wins with a roll up of his own. After the match, the New Day jumps Ziggler until the Primetime players run out for the save, and this sets up six-man tag match. Of course, the New Day goes to retreat as we go to commercial. Back from the break, we get New Day versus Darren Young, Titus O'Neil, and Dolph Ziggler. Back from the break, and we got 6-man action. And the end comes after Titus comes in and cleans house. And, of course, the Primetime players and Dolph Ziggler wins the match. Still to come segment, Paige versus Nikki Bella. Back to commercial. Roman Reigns versus Mark Henry is up next. After another commercial break, Roman is making his way out. The winner of this one is going to Money in the Bank. Mark Henry is out next as they start trading shots. Henry slams Reigns for a 2 count. Henry keeps control and works over Reigns. Reigns finally turns it around with several big shots in the corner. The referee backs him off. Reigns with a big forearm off the apron. Reigns goes for a Samoan drop but can't get Henry up. He tries again and nails it. Henry rolls to the floor. Reigns follows and Henry sends him into the ring post. Reigns comes right back with a Superman punch on the floor. The referee counts and Reigns barely makes it back in and wins by count out. Because he made it in at the 9 count and Henry didn't make it back in. After the match, Reigns' music hits and he's flushing his eyes out because he got scratched in the eye. Out and Henry attacks him from behind. Henry slams Reigns and splashes him before leaving as fans boo. Yep, it wasn't going to last very long. Henry's back to being healed. We'll come back from commercial with Stephanie and Triple H taunting Reigns backstage. They've got another match for him tonight in order for him to keep his Money in the Bank spot. And his opponent is none other than Bray Wyatt. We get a look at Curtis Axel and Damien Sandow recording a commercial for Sonic and their new gimmick, the Meta Powers. The New Day and Big Show also have scenes. Several other stars even are in this commercial. Then we get the Divas title match, Paige versus Nikki Bella. We go to the ring, out comes Paige, back to commercial. Back for the break, and Divas champion Nikki was out next. They lock up, start going at it, back and forth until Nikki slides to the floor to regroup. She mocks Paige and comes back in to take control. They trade pin attempts, and Paige nails a knee for a 2 count. Nikki blocks the PTO and hits the Alabama Slam for a close 2 count. Paige kept control, but Nikki fought her off. Nikki goes for a rack attack, but Paige countered. Nikki misses in the corner, but Paige runs into a boot. Paige with a big DDT out of the corner. Nikki rolls to the floor while the referee is distracted. And Twin Magic as a do the under the ring swap. And Bree comes in and wins it for Nikki. Still to come segment, and she's even selling the injury or the hold that her sister gave delivered. And next up, we got Randy Orton versus Sheamus. We go to the ring. Out comes Randy Orton to a big pop. Back to the commercial. Back for the break goes Sheamus. They go at the start and trade holds. Sheamus takes Orton to the mat and kept Orton down for about a minute or so. And they go back and forth in the match again. They end up on the floor, and Orton backdrops Sheamus on the announcer's table. Orton runs over with a clothesline, and we go to another commercial with Sheamus down on the floor. Come back from the commercial, and they are on their feet to trade shots. Sheamus catches Orton with a big slam for a 2 count, and they go back and forth again. More Sheamus blocks a RKO and goes for the road kick, but only catches him with a knee and sends Orton to the floor. They brawl on the floor, and Orton tosses Sheamus into the timekeeper's area. The brawl continues until we get a disqualification as Sheamus unloads on Orton. Sheamus tosses Orton repeatedly into the barriers. Referees finally back Sheamus off as fans boo. Sheamus goes to leave, but turns back around and drops Orton with a brogue kick. Winner by disqualification, Randy Orton. Rusev is backstage on crutches. Byron Saxton asks for a comment, and Rusev says he has nothing. No woman, no title. He's just a broken man. Rusev says he has a broken ankle and a broken spirit. We come back and Kevin Owens is announced for SmackDown in an NXT title open challenge. And we got Bo Dallas versus Neville again. And Bo comes out and says he just wants to hurt Neville now. Neville comes out and Bo takes control early on. They end up on the floor in the fight back into the ring. Neville finally makes a comeback and nails a red arrow for the win. So Bo Dallas got much offense on the pay-per-view, but he didn't get crap on this one, on Raw. We'll come back from the break and we got Tough Enough hype with all the videos and the touts and whatever. And finally we get Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt. We go to the ring. Out comes Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt for their main event. Wyatt took control early on. Reigns made a comeback, but is distracted as Rollins, Kane, and Double J Security make their way to the stage. Wyatt took control of the distraction, and drops Reigns with a flying shot for a 2 count. We go to commercial with Wyatt in control. We come back and Wyatt tosses Reigns to the apron. Wyatt keeps control and brings him back in the ring for a 2 count. Wyatt yells at Reigns to get up. Wyatt charges in the corner with a splash. He asks if we want another as the fans boo. Reigns blocks this one with a big clothesline, and Reigns looks to make a comeback and sends Wyatt shoulder first into the ring post. Then Reigns nails a DDT. Reigns unloads on Wyatt in the corner and knocks him out of the ring with a big right hand. Reigns runs around the ring and nails a big drop kick to the head. Reigns brings him back in the ring and gets caught with a big clothesline. Wyatt with a back splash for a 2 count. And we see Rollins and crew looking on from the stage. And they haven't moved as Wyatt taunts Reigns and smacks him around. Reigns laughs as they trade shots. Reigns catches him with a big Samoan drop. And then Reigns readies for a Superman punch, but Wyatt catches him with a big choke slam for a 2 count. Wyatt then turns upside down and goes for Sister Abigail, but Reigns rolls him up for a 2 count. Then Reigns nails Superman punch. Rollins walks down to the ring and sends Double J Security plus Kane to ringside also. Kane gets on the apron, distracts Reigns. Reigns blocks Sister Abigail and pushes Wyatt into Kane. Sending him off the apron, Reigns nails a spear on Wyatt for the win and still retains a spot with Money in the Bank. After the match, Rollins, Kane, and Joey Mercury and Jamie Noble surround all 4 sides of the ring as Dean Ambrose's music hits and as the crowd pops. Ambrose finally appears on the top of the announce table with the WWE World Heavyweight title belt. Ambrose and Reigns take out the Authority. Ambrose taunts Rollins with the title and drops him with dirty deeds. Ambrose raises the title and goes to the floor with Reigns. Triple H and Stephanie come to the stage to yell at Ambrose, and his music plays. We see Ambrose and Reigns standing in the crowd. Ambrose taunting Rollins with the title. Paul Heyman walks backstage and joins Steve Austin for their interview. Raw goes off the air with Reigns and Ambrose celebrating in the crowd as Triple H and Stephanie look on with Rollins. As Raw goes off the air, they're setting up the backstage stuff for Paul Heyman and Stone Cold for the WWE Network. And that was about it. And that concludes my video for Raw Superstars and birthdays and what have you. Thanks again. Peace out. See you one while be it. And if you didn't know, still call me bro.